Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. October 18th. An open mind. True humility and an open mind can lead us to faith. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 33. My alcoholic thinking led me to believe that I could control my drinking, but I couldn't. When I came to AA, I realized that God was speaking to me through my group. My mind was open just enough to know that I needed His help. A real honest acceptance of AA took more time, but with it came humility. I know how insane I was, and I am extremely grateful to have my sanity restored to me and to be a sober alcoholic. The new sober me is a much better person than I ever could have been without AA. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, October 18th. As we pursue recovery, we may encounter opportunities to deepen learning we began long ago. Perhaps we once learned to detach from a particular problem. Now, months or years later, when we once again need to detach, it can feel as if we've forgotten everything we knew. It's important to remember at such moments that, although the feelings may be the same, we are not the same. My recovery matters. All of the experience, strength, and hope I have accumulated is within me today, guiding my choices. I may not recognize it right now, but I have made progress, and I continue to make progress with every step I take. Perhaps I am learning something I have learned before. I must need to know it more deeply. I may go through the process this time with greater awareness, or turn to my higher power more quickly and easily, or reach out to an Al-Anon friend without hesitation. Today's reminder: instead of assuming that I have failed because I am learning a difficult lesson once more, I might embrace the experience as part of a long-term healing process that requires repetition and practice. I can trust that eventually I will learn it so well that it will become an automatic, confident, and healthy response. There is a quote from Madame de Staël, and it reads, "The human mind always makes progress, but it is a progress in spirals." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, October 18th. We all belong. Although politics makes strange bedfellows, as the old saying goes, addiction makes us one of a kind. Basic text, page 87. What a mixture of folks we have in Narcotics Anonymous. In any given meeting on any given night, we'll find a variety of people who probably never would have sat down in a room together if it weren't for the disease of addiction. A member who is a physician described his unwillingness to identify at his first meeting by refusing to go into that room full of junkies. Another member with an extensive background in jails and institutions shared a similar story, except that her shock and surprise stemmed from the realization that there were nice people there wearing suits, yet these two friends recently celebrated their 7th wedding anniversary. The most unlikely people form friendships, sponsor each other, and do service work together. We meet in the rooms of recovery together, sharing the bonds of past suffering and hope for the future. We meet on mutual ground with our focus on the two things we all have in common: addiction and recovery. Just for today, no matter what my personal circumstances, I belong. Today, Emotions Anonymous, October 18th. Reflection for today. Something to reach for, something to work toward, a reason to get out of bed in the morning, or a purpose of taking care of myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. They all add up to goal. When I was in an emotional upheaval, goals were something which other people had. People with education, looks, money, and talent, but certainly not me. I did not realize goals were personal guidelines, which I could use to improve the quality of my life. Any part of my life that needs to be changed is an opportunity for goal setting. Physically, I could have a weight loss goal, a quit smoking goal, or a physical fitness goal. Mentally, I could have a goal to change an attitude, a goal to broaden my interests and increase my knowledge, or a goal to read a book every week. Emotionally, my goal is for serenity, which can be gained by learning to live and let live, and to roll with the punches. Meditation for today. Help me see a real need for change and to pick a goal and go for it. Today, I will remember the only thing keeping me from my goal is me. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. October 18th. Reparenting. With the steps and by reparenting ourselves, we can further remove the buttons that have been pushed by others to manipulate us or to get a reaction out of us. BRB, page 326. As children, others manipulated us at will. Sometimes it seemed we were born to be used by others. We showed up for horrible people who sucked us dry of our courage and strength because that is what we learned from our families. That's what they told us we were meant for by the way they treated us every day. As adults, we now know we can set boundaries with those who abuse us. When we find that we have recreated an unmanageable situation at work, we get new jobs. We change our living arrangements when we find that we are once again living with addicts who keep us awake at night and need us to look after them. In recovery, we make space to feel the anger and shame that were handed to us in childhoods, and we heal. We may even detach from abusive family members permanently if that's what it takes to maintain serenity. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will write down what I want my life to be like as a way of turning things over to my higher power." Share, subscribe, like, and remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible one day at a time.